let's go over a couple of pointers so that we're all on the same page, because at the end of the day, we want you to get what it is that you're looking for, okay? For starters, we will replace any cane that has, and not just any cane, any product that you order from our site that has any kind of manufacturing defect. So on a cane, that might be a chip or a ding or something that's not supposed to be on there. Now, it's rare that that happens, but in the event that it does happen, obviously, we'll take care of that on our dime. We only deal with canes that are made out of hardwoods like oak, hickory, hickory heart, or metals like airplane grade craft aluminum that is indestructible. We want those canes to be as indestructible as possible for obvious reasons. They're always going to feel a little heavier, so if you're looking for a light cane, we can get any kind of cane that you want, but that's not what we promote, and that's not what you're going to see on our site, okay? We want you to be able to condition the wrists and the forearms, and not just that. Again, a heavier cane, once you strike, I'd rather you have to strike one time with a power shot than to have to sit there and continue to poke away. The canes come roughly in 36 inches. That's about standard. Okay, the Raven comes in a little bit taller at 39. Now, I've had people, they're always asking whether they're XYZ tall, how long should they be? Should they measure from the styloid process of the wrist to the floor? You know what? This is what we've learned through experience and the practicality of it. You need to pick up one of these canes and see how well you handle this. It's not unlike a baseball glove or anything else. You can get all the specifications in place, but you have to see what it is that you feel comfortable with. Obviously, the majority of the people that come to the site looking for canes are looking for self-defense canes in the method that we teach. A portion of those people obviously may need it medically, and so you need to feel comfortable with that. And if that's the case, chances are you already know the length of the canes, and again, we can pretty much customize that on our wooden canes. Okay. The Raven comes in a standard 39, and if you need a shorter cane than that, and most people do, you can go ahead and cut that, with a pipe cutter or some other instrument that's going to allow you to do that. But for the most part, again, the most important thing is for you to handle that. A fellow my height should not be handling a 39-inch Raven without alterations. It's designed for somebody who's about 6'2", right? Yet my limbs, I have particularly long arms for my height, and the experience that I have in handling canes for self-defense allow me to cruise with that cane. Okay? I might have somebody who's 6'5", and they're listening to this and they're going, well, gosh, that cane is too short for me. Listen, you need to pick it up, and you need to get a feel for that, okay? Particularly for self-defense, because it's not 1 + 1 = 2. Okay, that's the first concept that I want to cover with you. We really only promote 3 prototypes. Okay, there's a Robina Heavy for training, or you can use it for the street as well. The Triple Gripper, which is essentially a street cane, and the Robina Raven. If you're ordering a basic Robina Heavy, when you look at the horn, that's considered a soft horn. It's sawed off a little bit there at the tip, but it's considered a soft horn. So when you look at something like this, it's got fangs on it, that's considered a much harder or more aggressive horn. And the horn, again, is used for close-up work and for grappling, and if people put their hands on you, and you got to escape a situation like that. But if you're ordering, you should be clear on that. If you need something softer than that, we can get that for you, but you're not going to see it promoted on our site, because anybody who walks in and is an in-house, a headquarter student, this is the basic type of cane that they work with. Okay, and again, you need to have common sense, and that's different things to different people, but it's like any other tool. If you're dealing with knives or if you're training with guns, obviously you need to be hyper-vigilant. You need to be aware that these tools are not really forgiving, so you need to exercise caution when you train. Okay, instructors may want to consider getting an instructor's cane. And if you look here, look at how wide that crook is. Okay, and it's designed to fit comfortably over people's necks, and so that's so that you do not bite or scrape and injure your students. Okay, so you may want to consider something like that. Again, the horn is going to vary depending on the cane that you order from us, and the softest horn you're going to get is what you're going to find on a Robina Heavy or on that Raven. Okay, triple grippers normally come with a more aggressive a horn on there, and elsewhere on this side I've gone over and done a segment for each one of the prototypes that we promote. Okay, that being said, most serious practitioners are going to have more than one cane, and certainly throughout your training. So it's not uncommon for you to have a training cane, a Robina Heavy, but then you also want either a Raven or a triple gripper, and maybe you're even putting in a custom order. It's the same thing when you have a knife or a gun aficionado who basically is into collecting. Maybe you're not into collecting, but listen, when you get bit by the bug, you're going to, these are nice tools, and you're going to like them. There's no doubt about that. So it's not going to be uncommon. You will most likely have more than one cane throughout your training. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. We all do that. I have students who, well, they come pretty close and maybe even have more canes than I have collected over the years. Nothing wrong with that. Okay? So those are just some of the things that I want you to keep in mind as you're ordering these canes. Okay? Thanks for watching, and happy training.